Yo, yo, yo. We're back here with another stream here, guys. We're back. Sort of. We're gonna wait a little bit for everyone to catch up to get back on real quick, and while we're waiting, we're gonna play some Dojo Fires while we're talking. But we'll talk about how EVO went though. I'll definitely say EVO was a lot of fun. Hold on one second. I gotta fix something first. Trying to fix some guys, and we'll get into all the other good stuff. There we go. Okay, that's fixed. I gotta fix one more thing, guys. Give me 1 second, and we'll get right into it. And the game is just on in the background, so while I'm talking, there's something going on. That's all it is for. Just so you know. Like, I'm not planning on playing this the whole time, whatever, because I gotta show you like stuff I bought and things of that nature too. So before everyone start asking like, "Yo, you gonna be just playing this?" I'm like, no. This is kind of on in the background. Kind of, we'll be kind of playing while I'm talking about this. And by the way, if y'all have any questions too about what happened, more than welcome to answer too. More than welcome to answer. So cut this out. Cut that out. Cut this out. And then I wonder why it just doesn't automatically post in here. Give me 1 second, guys. Hi, whoever jumped on. This is the last thing I do. Thank you. And this, and we're done. Okay. Okay, a little bit of insight. So the question is, what happened at EVO? Because y'all saw bits and pieces what was going on when I was going back and forth, and y'all saw some of the stuff that was going on. But I don't think y'all saw everything that was going on. Because there was a lot of stuff going on leading up to EVO and everything. Whether it was just the gel consensus and everything else. One thing I will say though, it was I had a lot of fun with the whole Endeavor thing. So let's talk. One of the things that threw me off the whole thing about the entire trip, honestly, was the fact of my plane layovers and stuff. I had so many layovers come back and forth through like Vegas. It was crazy. And there was a point in time I almost thought like, yo, am I going to make it back home or I'm going to make it there? Like there was a bunch of those scenarios like that. I left around, I think like around what, 4 o'clock and some change. And I didn't get there till like almost 7 o'clock in the morning the next day. So technically speaking, from where I live, it's supposed to go from there to there, take I think like 4 hours to get to Vegas for the most part. And it seemed like everything could happen on the way there. Like I got there, I left the airport, and then when I got to Atlanta, because it went from where I live to Atlanta. And from Atlanta to the next spot, which was Vegas. And there was a scenario where it got pushed by like 2 or 3 times, the delay. Like, I was technically supposed to be in Vegas by, I think, like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I didn't get Vegas like 7 o'clock the next day. And then I still had to check in the hotel. So I had to find the hotel still. And then on top of me finding the hotel, I still had on top of that, I still on top of that had to get my luggage, get all that, and I still had to get the rental car, which by then it was like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm just sitting there like, oh man. And then EVO starts at like 9 o'clock their time. So I'm dealing with like jet lag and all this other crazy stuff. And since I didn't get there early enough, I couldn't register till like the next day. So I had to make sure I be on time early enough to register the next day though. Which that's a whole thing in itself. Now, as far as like the next day goes, the next day at EVO though, oh my goodness. When I first walked in there, it was so overwhelming. Now, mind you, I haven't been, for those who don't know, and hi, whoever just jumped in the chat, by the way. For those who don't know, EVO, I haven't been to EVO in the last literally 10 years. So 2014 was the last time I went to EVO. So that's a thing in itself. That venue is huge. And I'll be coming out a video sometime this week, maybe today, because I've been editing like all these EVO videos back to back and everything, showing like doing me like a sort of like tour of the whole venue, because it was crazy. They had arcade booths and everything. They had that. They had almost every single fighting game I could think of. They had like literally everything from like Street Fighter 1 through 6, third show. They even had EX3, Bowery Toshinden. They had all the rhythm games, Dance Dance Revolution, DDR, Beat Mania, Beat Max. Like, they had everything there. And there was a lot of vendors. I got interviews with some vendors and stuff. And there was a lot of different stuff. And there was a lot of cool people met while I was going there. Now, as far as entering the tournament, though. So, for those who are wondering, though, I entered for Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, Street Fighter, and Tekken. I know a lot of people acting like, yo, why can't you get footage of you playing? There were so many people crowded in that section of the port. So there was like a section on the other side, which was like the fighting game arena, which is where most of the pools and brackets were. It was so congested over there when I went to pull my camera out, and that on top of me being rushing to get over there because it was not enough room, enough time for me to do it. So by the time I did everything, I was like, you know what, forget the camera. I'll save the camera for all the other footage and stuff. So as far as my record though, in Tekken I went 4-2, Street Fighter I went 3-2, King of Fighters went 0-2, and then Mortal Kombat got disqualified. Which everyone's like, how did you get disqualified? This is actually kind of funny. I'm not even mad about it because my original goal just was to win a round. I didn't have to win a match. My whole goal going to EVO was just winning a round. Let's get that straight. So, mind you, I'm waking up late. I'm trying to get all this stuff sorted out. I'm still trying to get used to the time difference. For some reason, my phone decided it didn't want to change time zones with me. So let me give you a little bit of insight. So I get there to the Mortal Kombat booth, right? And I'm like, I'm here for my match. And they're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm the Jank. I'm here for like the 2 o'clock. And they're like, okay, cool. So I'm waiting for my thing. And the guy's like, wait, what's your name? Jank? Why does that look familiar? I was like, yeah, I'm here. He's like, you're disqualified. I'm like, what you mean I'm disqualified? Like, I'm on time. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, I'm on time. It says 2 o'clock right now. Totally on time, right? So I'm baffled. I was like, maybe you got me confused with another player. He's like, yeah, you're the Jank, right? The Jank. I was like, yeah, mine's the space and Jank. He's like, yeah, you're disqualified. I'm like, for what? He's like, you're disqualified for not showing up at all. We're like, but it's 3 o'clock now. And he goes, wait a minute. Where are you from? I was like, I'm from said state. And then he's like, oh, I am so sorry. He's like, what? Your phone did not change time zones. So I was standing like 3 or 4 hours behind. Hence why I got DQ'd. And there was so many competitors there. If you like if you don't show up on time, you get disqualified, and then you're out of the tournament basically. So Mortal Kombat got knocked out for that. It is what it is. Tekken was the game I thought I was going to do the worst in, and that's one of the games I did the best in, which is even crazier. Because for most of the games, I really didn't get a chance to practice that much outside those 2 streams I did for y'all. Tekken, I ran, I think, king of like 1 or 2 matches, but Yoshimitsu is the one that carried me all the way through. Like every single match, Yoshimitsu like carried me all the way. And I think it's one of those things where a lot of people didn't understand Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu is a crazy fighter, and a lot of people don't pick him. So there's a lot of like okie doke situation, like, oh, you're gonna fall for this, you're gonna fall for this. And I got him with a lot, so I was very proud of myself with that. A far of me when I got knocked into losers, I got knocked into losers by like the fifth best Yoshimitsu, not Yoshimitsu, fifth best like Tekken fighter in the world. So I'm not even mad about that. I was like, oh, okay, I lost to this guy. And I can tell because I saw his jersey and I saw everyone crowded around during my gameplay, which is what happened. The same thing happened 10 years ago with my last time I went to EVO. So I was like, well, that's one issue there. And then when I went to losers afterward, and here's the funny thing. I took a round off this guy. So he was wrecking me. I took one round. And after I took the round off him, he gave me like this most dirtiest look. Not like he was being mean, but he gave me like this, oh, you think you're hot stuff because you got a round off me? The next round, the guy straight up perfect me. And I was like, I wasn't even mad about it. And then when I went to losers for Tekken, basically I fought this other guy. We got neck and neck. And what ended up happening was when we got neck and neck, cause I ended up playing Yoshimitsu straight for him. I almost started to switch to King for him. I was like, no, I'm going to stay Yoshimitsu. It came down to the wire, the final. So you know how Tekken has like the low health and they get slow-mo? I did a move to try to trick him, but he didn't fall for it. And I looked at it, I was like, GG. He's like, what you mean? I was like, my move is slower than your move. And then he killed me. So that's how I got out for Tekken. Street Fighter, I ran E Honda all the way through. I didn't even touch Akuma. I ran E Honda all the way through. Most people couldn't deal with E Honda. I was like, and I kept seeing the number of Akumas there. I'm like, you know what? There's so many Akumas here. There's no point in me picking Akuma. That's kind of how I looked at it. I was like, there's all these Akumas. There's no point. That's kind of how I looked at it. Now, as far as that guy, I fought a Ken player, destroyed him. For the Ryu player, destroyed him. And then I played, there was another player. What did I fight? It was a Jamie, and I destroyed him. So, players I'm totally used to fighting. And the two carries I ended up fighting were the carries I weren't used to. The same ones I lost to on stream with. I lost to a Bison. I got wrecked by the Bison. The Bison was like going in. And then I lost to an Ed. The Ed was close, but then I lost him overly. And I was like, Ed was way too much. And he was going in. And that would did a King of Fire. I just got wrecked, bodied. I got one round that was good. And I didn't play King of Fire all. The one round I got was so my team was like Ramon, King of Dinosaurs, and Ralph. There was a time I was losing and I had Ralph as my last character. And I knocked the two other characters out. And then I did a combo. I was like, I better not drop this combo because I've done it so many times. Combo to uppercut, burn EX meter, win to level 2 super, and level 2 super until level 3. And I was like, which does like 70%. So I was so proud of myself for that. And after that, I got bodied. And the Mortal Kombat, I already told you what happened. Now, as far as other things that happened there. So I bought some merch. This is why the camera looks like that. So let's show you some stuff I bought. Oh, well, no. Let me tell you what people I met first, and I'll tell you what I bought. So I ended up meeting, you saw the video go, I met Infinite. Infinite was a really cool guy. I met Infinite by luck, actually, which is the funny thing. The only reason why I met Infinite was because we parked in the same parking garage, which is hilarious. Basically, what happened was I was driving. I was trying to find a parking space, which was like $40 a day. Ugh. And there's a scenario when I'm there, right? I park, and the guy's like, man, these parking situations suck. And this guy's talking to me, not recognizing who this guy's like, yeah, man, this is really sucks. Like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get inside, get out of this. He's like, I'm telling you that, brother. I'm like, I look and I see the jersey, Infinite. Like, Infinite, is that you? Like, Yo-Yo Games? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, yeah, how's it going, man? Blah, blah. I was like, man, I thought you'd already be here. He's like, no, I just got here and all this stuff. And I was like, you mind if we get a picture? Sure. So, and we're walking in the heat when this happened. I was like, you know what? Let's wait till inside. It's like 113 degrees out. He's like, bet, we'll wait. So we walk inside. I was like, since we're talking, like, you mind if I do an interview? He's like, what you do? He's like, I run a little small YouTube channel. I know you might be probably busy. You're probably trying to meet up with Max and things. Like, no, no, no. I got some time. I was like, it's only gonna be like 5 minutes. Like, okay, just let me know when you do it. It's gonna take me a second to set up since you're my very first interview of the day. He's like, okay, cool. So I set up the equipment stuff. We do the interview. He's really cool. He was going on tangents and stuff, which if you haven't seen the interview's up. And it was a lot of fun. I met Mighty Keith. Couldn't get the interview because he was busy doing stuff. Which I kind of foresaw throughout the whole thing. Like the whole time with him, I was like, yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those scenarios where I'm not going to get the interview just for the sake of him being a busy man. And that was basically the story of most of these people. Most of these people was like, oh, you want an interview? Oh, you can't get the interview because of this. And I'm like, and I kind of saw that and was like, oh, this is going to be easily something that's going to happen. Maximilian I couldn't find at all. I definitely wanted to interview with him, but couldn't find him at all. But you saw why. He was like running like almost every single stream, so. So that was cool. And who else I met? I met people at Skullgirls. They were really cool. I didn't interview Rob Ether, which is probably going to drop out today. And I met a bunch of other different YouTubers and content creators. They were really cool to me and everything about that. Now let me talk about some of the stuff I got. Let's talk about this stuff. Let's talk about this stuff. So stuff that I bought at EVO. This shirt is not one of them. This shirt I got from like the original 2014 EVO. This shirt comes from that. I actually want a new one because this shirt's getting a little bit out there. I ended up getting one of the cool things I did get. I got this. These shoes. Let me find these shoes. So there's companies called Kizix or whatever. They're known for making like the hands-free shoes apparently. So apparently you're supposed to be able to put these shoes without even touching them with your hands, which is kind of cool. To show you what the shoes look like, I have the box right here. And to give you some insight behind these shoes, guys, these shoes are limited edition. So you can't even get these shoes online. You can only get them if you're at EVO. So I'm kind of hyped about that. So these are the shoes right here. And those who watched the stream saw me showed off the shoes. These shoes look super sick. And they're black on black, so I don't have to worry about dirtying them up real quickly. And these shoes, I walked in all day. These shoes are super comfortable. There's an interview with me with the people with the shoes and everything, which was really cool. That was really cool. I also bought, to match the shoes, I had to get this. I bought this EVO jacket. It looks kind of sick. I showed it a little bit on stream yesterday, but y'all gotta just check it out. Look at this. So it says 2024. It says EVO Large, which is the year of EVO. It says the Thrills of Victory, which is cool. Or the Heels of... Does that say Heels or Thrills? Hold on. Thrill of Victory. It says Thrill of Victory on one side. And then the other side says... On the front, look. Run back... Wait, let me move the microphone. Run Back City. That's freaking fire. And then my favorite part is the back. Look at that back. Shows the year EVO first started with the little explosion logo. You gotta admit that's kind of sick. You gotta admit that's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. Other than that, I do have one more shirt I gotta find it real quick. I think I put it in this top drawer, if anything. It should be over here. Here we go. Now this shirt I got, it kind of came with this shirt came with your entry. So if you Hold on, one, two. Okay. I'm trying to fix my microphone right now. That's why you hear it like this. We'll use this for now. But basically what happened for now was the shirt, which is this shirt here, the shoes, the jacket, okay. Now we can switch back. We'll just switch this microphone for now until we can figure it out. But basically, that happened. The shirt happened. The shirt you only got if you entered EVO itself. It was like one, if you paid extra, you got the shirt. So I got the new EVO shirt for 2014, which is cool. I think the craziest thing that probably happened on EVO was the fact that everyone was like, when I was doing all the interviews and stuff, everyone was like really, really cool and nonchalant with me about the whole thing. Like everyone was like super laid back and everything. Everyone was very like endearing and stuff, and there was a lot of stuff going on. One of the coolest things I think was when James Goddard, which is I'm actually editing it now. The James Goddard interview was pretty cool because when I ran into him, the only reason why I ran into him because he saw my jacket. So if I can find the jacket right here, I brought it with me just so you can see it. So here's this jacket. This jacket I got as a present last year, and I didn't know anything about it, but apparently this jacket is like super rare and some crap like that. And James worked on Street Fighter Champion Edition, but he's also the head for Killer Instinct and whatnot. And when that all happened, he saw me with the jacket and was like, where you got the jacket from? I'm just sitting there like, why does this guy look familiar? Like I had this whole brain fart where I was like, who is this guy and why does he look familiar? And he kept talking and talking. I was like, wait, you're him? And he's like, yeah, I'm him. And he's like, oh. And for those who don't know, he also helped create DJ. Actually, no, he's the inventor of DJ for Street Fighter, which is crazy to even think about on paper. And he gave me a whole story about stuff like that. And like I said, if you don't get the chance to interview, definitely check out the interview in regards to that. And I think the only other craziest thing that happened was me going to meeting a friend out there, and they ended up getting invited to like the Bandai Namco like VIP party. That was cool. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I got to exchange a lot of information and stuff, and I got to live for a bit and stuff. And I ran into Afro Senju, I ran into Kef, Mighty Keith, and all of them again, which was really cool too. The only other cool thing was I got to talk to people at Hitbox, which is going to be an interview about that going up. Me running to Hitbox and seeing how passionate they are about like their controller and stuff, that was a lot of fun. And I mean a lot of fun. Like they start breaking down like their controllers, what it does, why they do it, how they got started. It's a whole thing. There was like a museum of controllers. There was so much stuff there at EVO, and with things going on, it was a lot to take in. It was definitely a lot to take in. Now, would I go again? Of course, I would definitely go again after all these years. But is it expensive? Oh yes, it was expensive. Like it was no sponsored trip, or I went on my own accord and my own money. And trust me, I spent a lot of money out there trying to do that. And I'm not talking about gambling and stuff since we're in Vegas. What else? I'm trying to think what else happened. That, Bandai Namco, met people at Scargo, the Bandai Namco thing, Keep Crew, Infinite, S-Fan, okay. The S-Fan interview. Now this one's kind of funny how that interview happened. A little bit behind the scenes about that. So, when I went to the Skullgirls booth, right, I ran to the booth because I forgot when I did the interview with him, I forgot my controller. I have a little microphone, a little controller I use to control my cameras. And I didn't think nothing of it because I was looking for, like, did I drop it or something? I'm thinking I dropped it. Tell me why this guy sent me, you'll see on one of my videos, he sent me a message saying, I'm the guy from the Skullgirls booth, you left the controller. So I ran all the way back to go get it. When I run back to go grab him, like, oh, thank you so much, whatever. He's like, I get it, the controller must be expensive. I'm like, yes, it is. So as I'm walking back, I look, I'm like, who is that guy? And he has a cameraman following him. I'm like, he looks very, very familiar. At that point, I'm like, this guy give me a point too. I'm like, that's fair? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh crap. I was like, how you doing? He's like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you mind if we do an interview? He's like, well, I got my time. I was like, this is going to be only 5 minutes. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. He's like, no, cool. And he's a really, 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 really cool dude. Cool down to earth dude. He was like, yeah, and he answered the questions. And I didn't know he was even into fighting games like that. The more you know. But all in all, EVO was a lot of fun. I'm not trying to hold y'all up too much because I still got stuff I got to do. But if y'all want to see more about what happened and everything, I'm about to post a bunch of videos from the interviews and stuff that the people do. And I finally got to play Rivals 2 too, so that's another thing. But thank you for watching, guys. I want to keep it sweet, short, and simple. My stuff is acting up at the moment, so we'll cut this short. Bye. See you soon. Peace.